For years, whenever people raved about Apple's ecosystem, the spotlight always landed on the iPhone, the MacBook lineup, the iPad Pro, or the Apple Watch. But there's one device almost nobody talks about, yet it quietly became the most powerful, most convenient, and most transformative product in my living room. The Apple TV 4K, and calling it a streaming box might be the biggest understatement you can make about an Apple product. I'll be honest, I used to think the same thing everyone else does. Why buy a separate streaming device when your smart TV already has YouTube, Netflix, and the basics? Why spend more than $100 on a little box that seems to do what your TV already does? It felt unnecessary. It felt expensive. And I didn't think it could change anything about how I watch TV. That perspective flipped the moment I actually live with it. I didn't even buy one myself at first. It arrived as a gift. I figured, cool, maybe Netflix would be a tad smoother. What I didn't expect was that this tiny black square will become the central nervous system of my entire entertainment setup. Not just a streaming device, but the brain that ties together my TV, my speakers, my iPhone, my MacBook, my AirPods, and even my family's devices seamlessly. When I plugged in Apple TV 4K for the first time, I expected it to feel like any other TV app launcher. The difference was instant. The interface felt like an iPhone on a giant screen, buttery animations, immediate app launches, zero lag, and no ad stuff home screen fighting for attention. It was clean, fast, and designed. Compared to the clunky, ad-heavy interfaces on most smart TVs, this felt like switching from a bargain Android phone to a brand new iPhone. Same basic job, completely different experience. Then it stopped being a streamer and started being the hub of everything around the same time. I wanted better audio without turning my living room into a tangled home theater mess. I didn't have space for a massive soundbar or a complicated receiver. That's when I discovered you can pair two HomePods or two HomePod minis as a dedicated stereo pair for Apple TV. I connected the Apple TV 4K to my TV's HDMI ARC EARC port, paired my HomePods, and suddenly every sound coming out of the TV Netflix, YouTube, game consoles, even built-in TV channels flowed through them automatically. No juggling inputs. No fiddling with settings. Just clean, rich audio that made dialogue sharper, music deeper, and action scenes feel bigger than the speaker size should allow. With compatible content, you also get Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision support, so movies and shows look and sound like a miniature cinema at home. That's when it clicked. Apple TV 4K wasn't just another box. It was the control center of my living room. It connected my TV to my speakers. It connected my speakers to my iPhone. It connected my iPhone to my AirPods. It connected my MacBook to my big screen. It even connected my family's devices to each other. The Apple TV turned into a controller, a router, a display hub, a sound manager, and an ecosystem bridge all at once. Let's talk about the remote, because it quietly replaces every other remote you own. The Siri remote is small, solid, and surprisingly powerful. It turns your TV on and off, controls volume, navigates with precision, and plays perfectly with HDMI CEC gear. And if it disappears into the couch, which it will, your iPhone instantly becomes a full remote from Control Center with a keyboard for logins, precise scrubbing, and quick navigation. It's one of those little conveniences you can't live without once you've used it. Then there's the private, cinema magic, Apple TV 4K with AirPods. Late at night, when I don't want to wake anyone, I tap to connect my AirPods and the TV becomes my personal theater. Active noise cancellation blocks distractions, and spatial audio makes the sound feel like it's coming from the screen, not from earbuds. You can even share audio to two sets of AirPods, so you and a partner can watch together without blasting the room. AirPlay is where Apple TV goes from nice to indispensable. Anything on my iPhone, iPad, or Mac can be mirrored or cast to the TV in seconds. Presentations, photo edits, music, live sports. A video you want to show the room. No cables. No fuss. For work, I've thrown keynote decks on the TV. For fun, I've mirrored games and scrolled through vacation photos with family. It turns your TV into a giant wireless second screen. FaceTime on the big screen was another surprise. With continuity camera, your iPhone becomes a high-quality webcam for the TV. Set it below the display and center. Stage keeps you in frame while you relax on the couch. Family calls feel more like you're in the same room. Work meetings are less cramped. And it's not just FaceTime apps like Zoom and WebEx on Apple TV 4K also support continuity camera. So you're not hunched over a laptop for group calls. If you think Apple TV 4K is only for movies and shows, Apple Arcade will change your mind. Pair a PlayStation DualSense or Xbox controller and jump into beautifully made, family-friendly titles that shine on a big screen, games like The Pathless, Sneaky Sasquatch, Sonic Racing, Hot Lava, and more. It's not a PS5, but for casual gaming nights, it's shockingly good. The picture quality polish is where Apple's attention to detail really shows. I turned on match dynamic range and match frame rate, and the weird judder and brightness shifts you see on many TV apps disappear. Content plays exactly as it was mastered. Then I use my iPhone to run Apple TV's color balance tool, which fine-tunes your TV's color in under a minute. Between Dolby Vision, HDR10, HDR10 Plus support on newer models, and Apple's image pipeline, the result is a consistently gorgeous 4K HDR experience that just makes everything look right. What you don't see matters too: performance and privacy. Apple TV 4K runs on Apple Silicon, so the interface stays fast and responsive for years. Apps launch instantly. Switching between Netflix, Disney+, Prime Video, YouTube, and Apple TV Plus is smooth. tvOS updates arrive regularly, adding features without slowing things down. And unlike many TV platforms, the home screen isn't a billboard of ads. Search feels neutral and useful, and your data isn't traded away for recommendations. It also doubles as a smart home brain. Apple TV 4K acts as a HomeKit home hub with support for Matter and Thread on compatible models, so your smart lights, locks, thermostats, and sensors stay connected and responsive even when you're away. Automations run reliably. Scenes trigger instantly. It's nice knowing your TV box isn't just sitting there. It's actively making your home smarter day to day. The difference is in the little things. The interface is consistent, polished, and calm. Apps open fast and stay stable. The Up Next queue makes it easy to keep track of what you're watching across services. Sharing photos or videos from an iPhone takes seconds. Watching quietly at night with AirPods is effortless. Kicking audio to a HomePod stereo pair fills the room in a way TV speakers simply can't. And when friends or family come over, everyone can join in AirPlay, gaming, FaceTime. Music without any awkward setup. I started out thinking Apple TV 4K was just another streaming device. Now it's the thing that ties my entire living room together. Picture, sound, calls, games, music, work, and family time all through a single, fast, beautiful interface. If you care about a great 4K HDR experience, seamless AirPlay, simple HomePod audio, FaceTime on your TV, and a platform that just stays smooth and private, this little box earns its place under the screen every single day.